We just got some brand new Thor 5 rumors and they sound absolutely insane. This movie sounds like it could be one of the best MCU movies we've ever gotten if it's done right. Now, with that being said, we are talking about rumors, so take it with a grain of salt. This movie is years away, so things could definitely change if this is true. Alright, so here is the leak regarding Thor 5. So it says Thor 5 will feature members from the Thor Corps and will revisit Valhalla, which is going to be cool. We're going to see Jane Foster and Heimdall. It says Chloe Zhao and Kenneth Branagh and Gareth Edwards are all being eyed to helm the film, which I think are all pretty great options. Beta Ray Bill and the Enchantress are set to make their MCU debut. And the film will be the last installment of the Thor franchise, and it's eyeing a 2027 release date, and it's supposed to come out just before Avengers Secret Wars. And I'm sure we will get a lot of multiversal elements in this movie because one of the next movies after this is going to be Secret Wars, which is going to be a crazy multiversal war movie. So this definitely has to incorporate multiversal elements, and I think that's where Beta Ray Bill and Enchantress come in. I think Marvel Studios is going to make Beta Ray Bill a Thor variant from a different universe, and it makes a lot of sense. If you need a multiversal Thor core in this movie and going into Secret Wars, because in the Secret Wars comic, Doctor Doom actually had a Thor core, and they were basically like his police. So if Kang ends up making Battleworld, which is going to be a whole bunch of different universes basically put together, it makes a lot of sense to have multiple different Thor variants basically being his police on Battleworld. And a great way to do that is make Beta Ray Bill a variant. You can bring back Jane Foster. You can have a bunch of crazy Thor variants. And we heard a lot of rumors a few weeks ago that there was going to be a What If Season 3 episode centered around Storm getting the Mjolnir hammer and possessing the power of Thor. So that tells me right there, she's just going to be another Thor variant from a different universe that is going to be part of the Thor Corps with Beta Ray Bill, Jane, and our MCU Thor. And this just sounds absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see a live-action Thor Corps. Now let's move on to some of my theories about Thor 5. I think it's going to be basically Thor versus Hercules up until the third act, and then I think they're going to team up and end up fighting Ares, the god of war. Yes, it's going to be one of those movies where two characters are fighting each other, then at the end there's another threat, and they gotta fight that threat together and end up being a team and forgiving each other. But honestly, this sounds really cool. Like Ares, the god of war, versus Hercules and Thor. That would be cool. And we've already seen him in the MCU just in the form of like a head on this building in Sakaar. We can see Ares right there and Beta Ray Bill. So they've actually been in the MCU, just not physically. And imagine how cool it would be if in Thor 5 we get like a gladiator battle of Beta Ray Bill versus Ares. That would be really cool. And you can see the positions here. Beta Ray Bill is there, then Ares is slightly above him, and then Hulk is on the top. So I think this is how it went. Like, Beta Ray Bill was the champion, then Ares defeated him, maybe even killed him. Maybe Beta Ray Bill's in Valhalla with Jane Foster right now. I think that would actually work really well with the MCU Thor stories. And then Hulk apparently defeated Ares in order to become the champion. That would be awesome to see in a flashback. But yeah, like I said, I think the movie is going to be a Thor and Hercules and probably Beta Ray Bill team-up movie against Ares. And since Ares is the god of war, maybe he senses the multiversal war that's about to happen, and he obviously wants to encourage it to happen. So maybe Kang actually recruits him to be one of the villains that are like his muscle on Battleworld. Because we heard some rumors about a month ago that Kang was going to be bringing back MCU villains. And what if Ares is one of those? Like maybe he gets defeated by Thor, Beta Ray Bill, and Hercules, and then the post-credit scene is like Kang recruiting Ares. That would be really cool. Now that all sounds awesome, but now let's talk about some deeper stuff, because I think our boy Thor is gonna die in Avengers Secret Wars. And the reason why is because at CinemaCon this year, they showed 9 minutes of footage of Deadpool 3, and in that footage, there was a TVA screen showing a different timeline where Deadpool dies in the arms of Thor. Now, a lot of people thought that that could be, foreshadowing Secret Wars where Deadpool's gonna die in the arms of Thor, but I started thinking, I was like, wait, I don't think they would do that. I think they would do that to make us think that and then reverse it, because we know Thor's not gonna get another movie after Thor 5, and we know that after Secret Wars, there's most likely gonna be a bit of a reboot for the MCU, get like new faces in, new Iron Man, new Captain America, all of that. And I think Thor is going to be one of those characters, especially because Chris Hemsworth said that he's going to be acting a lot less due to his condition. So instead of seeing this, I think we're going to get the opposite. I think Thor is going to die, and then Deadpool is going to be the one to hold him in his arms. It would be extremely emotional because Thor is just a beloved MCU character. Everyone loves Chris Hemsworth, and if he dies on screen, that is going to be a gut-wrenching blow that everyone is going to shed a tear over. And you could even have Deadpool like saying something like, "Oh, it was supposed to be me," like just a line like that just to make the, twist the knife and get us even more emotional. But yeah, guys, Thor 5, if any of this is true, sounds like it's going to be fantastic. Like, even just from the leak itself, not even including my theories, I think that sounds really cool. Like, Beta Ray Bill, Enchantress, the Thor core, bringing Jane back. It's going to be pretty cool, and some multiversal elements sprinkled in there too. Yeah, it sounds pretty fire. And if anything I said in my theories happens, I think this movie has so much potential. Multiversal Thor core, Ares, Kang recruiting Ares, oh my goodness. And my boy Beta Ray Bill, I love this character, and if they just say he's a multiversal Thor variant, I think that's a really great way to do it. I'm also pumped to see Storm as a Thor variant, that is going to be pretty cool. And yeah, just give me Thor 5. I want to see that thing so bad. And Hercules, like, there's just so many great characters that could be in this movie. So guys, let me know down below in the comments what you think about this rumor regarding Thor 5, and what do you think about my theories on it as well. Let me know down below.